Guys, what's going on? It's me, Matt, here, and welcome to a brand new Matt movie here on the Matt's Movies channel. And today, I'm going to be giving my ideas for a potential Marvel Collectible Minifigure Series that we could get this year. Now, again, this is not official. There is no official news on this, but I think it'd be really cool if maybe in celebration of course, 10 years of Marvel, I think it'd be really cool if maybe we could get a collectible minifigure series for it. Again, this is not official. It's just a theory, so we'll have to wait and see. So, yeah, so this is going to be my theory on the characters that I would like to see in, hopefully, if this does come true. So I think that in this we could get 20 characters, and since there are going to be 20 movies in the MCU, we could get one for each movie. So here we go. So, for the representation of Iron Man, we could get Iron Man in his Mark I outfit. And I love this suit. I think it'd be really cool to get this as a minifigure. And it just looks so cool, and it'd be really nice. And maybe we could get some, like, blasts to represent, like, the flamethrowers that he has on the suit. And it would also be really cool if maybe it came with a new Tony Stark face, which is for, like, sweaty and everything. Kind of like he was when he made the suit, so that would be really cool. So, for the representation of the Incredible Hulk, I would like to see Abomination. And I'm kind of stretching on this, but it'd be really cool if maybe they actually gave him the mold of, like, clay from the Nexonites. Again, that might be a little bit too big for the collectible minifigure series, but if possible, that would be really cool. And maybe they could, like, give him some, like, spiky designs on the back. That would be really nice. Again, I'm not sure if that would be possible, but it'd be really cool. So, yeah, I would like to see Abomination done as, Now, for the representation of Iron Man 2, I would really like to see Ivan Vanko, aka Whiplash. Now, for the minifigure series, we would not get... I'm thinking that we wouldn't get him in his armored. I was thinking that it would be really cool if we got a set that actually came with the armored version of his suit. But I would just think that we got the normal version with, like, the chest armor and everything, and the long hair and everything. That would be really cool. And it'd be cool if maybe he came along with, like, 2 accessories, kind of like his whips, and maybe even his bird. That would be really cool. So, yeah. So, for the representation of Thor, I would like to see Odin. And Odin is, of course, the father of Thor. And I would really like to see him, especially because we didn't get a minifigure of him. So, I would really like to see that. He could, of course, have his eye patch, his armor. And we could, of course, get his staff. And I would really like to see that. So, yeah. And especially because with this minifigure series, I tried to come up with characters that we've never seen before as minifigures. And since we've never seen Odin before, I would really like to see him. So, yeah. That's the representation for Thor. So, for the representation of Captain America the First Avenger, I would like to see Peggy Carter. Again, because we've never seen Peggy before as an actual minifigure, so I would really like to see her. And it'd be cool if maybe she came along with, like, a hat or something, like a red hat. And it'd be cool if maybe she came along with, like, a pistol, because I think she does, like, wield guns in the movies, so that would be really cool to get her in that outfit, or with that, sorry. And it'd be cool if maybe she came along with another accessory, which would be like a, I don't know, like a case or something, but yeah. So, for the representation of the Avengers, I think it'd be really cool if we got the Other. The Other is, of course, that creature or whatever that Loki talks to at points in the movie. We've not seen him before as a minifigure, at least I don't think so, but yeah, that would be really cool if we got the Other as a minifigure, because he's really cool looking. He's got these, like, his really cool hood and this thing over his eyes, and it would just be really cool to actually get him as a minifigure for this minifigure series, so that's what I think. So, for the representation of Iron Man 3, I would really like to see the Ironmonger suit. And similarly to what I said about Abomination, it'd be really cool if we got him with, like, that similar kind of, like, mold, like clay. Again, like I said, that might be too big, or a little too big, but still, if possible, that would be awesome. And maybe he could come along with, like, a standard Iron Man helmet. But it'd be cool if, like, maybe underneath there's no, like, Tony Stark, as in the movie. It was not, like, an actual... He didn't actually wear it, as it was just, like, a drone controlled, so that would be really cool. So, for Thor the Dark World, I would really like to see Malekith. Malekith is, of course, the main villain of the movie, and since we've never gotten him before, it would be really cool to get him. And he has a really cool design, and I would really love to see him. And it'd be cool if maybe he came along with, like, these red power blasts to kind of, like, represent the ether, as he, of course, absorbed the ether and used its powers in the movie, so I would really like to see that for this. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. So, for the representation of Captain America, the Winter Soldier, I would like to see Batroc the Leaper, who's, of course, the villain that Captain America took on at the beginning of the movie. And again, we have not seen him before in any medium or in a Lego minifigure form, so I would really love to see him as a minifigure. And he actually looks really cool with like the gloves and the red outfit and everything, and it would just be really cool. And maybe he could have and maybe they could go with like a similar design to what he looked like in Lego Marvel's Avengers, so that would be really cool. So, for the representation of Guardians of the Galaxy, I would surprisingly like to see Eson the Searcher, who is, of course, when the collector was presenting the Power Stone, he gave an example of its power by showing Eson destroying a planet with it. And again, it would be, and I wouldn't see him coming in a set as we don't see him all that often, so I would really like to see him. And he looks awesome, so I would just really love to see him. And maybe he could come with like a staff with like a new mold and maybe like a purple power thing in the middle. That would be cool. So for the representation of the Avengers, or Avengers Infinity War, sorry, I would like to see Nick Fury. It'd be cool if maybe we got like a new design for Nick Fury. It could come with maybe like him wearing his eye patch, his hat, and a cool like black jacket and everything. That would be really cool. And again, I know we rarely see him, but I just couldn't think of any other character that we've never really seen that we could use that would be cool. So yeah, that's what I would like to see. So, for the representation of Ant-Man, I would like to see Hank Pym. Now, of course, we did get an Ant-Man suit for Hank Pym in the Lego set, which is interesting because, I mean, he didn't actually wear a suit in the movie, but it'd be really cool. But still, it'd be really cool to actually get Hank Pym in this, and he could have like his like shirt and everything, a new design for the face, and it'd be cool if maybe for his accessories he could come along with the little throwing discs that could shrink and grow things. Like it would just be like maybe some like tiles and everything, so that would be cool. So for the representation of Captain America Civil War, I would like to see Baron Zemo. So Baron Zemo, of course, appeared in the movie, so I would really love to see him in this collectible minifigure series. And he's got a really cool design. Maybe he could come with like a jacket or whatever. Maybe even the glasses that we see him at one point in the movie. But I don't know. But yeah, that would be really cool to actually have Baron Zemo. Especially because, again, I'm trying to pick characters that we've never seen before, so that would be very cool. So, for the representation of Doctor Strange, I would like to see Caecilius, sorry. Caecilius is, of course, the main villain of the movie, and he has an amazing design. Those, like, little purple things around his eyes, and his, like, overall, like, robes and everything are all really cool. So, I would really love to see Caecilius. And it'd be cool if maybe he came along with, like, this blades, this like white translucent blade thing that we see him using at points in the movie. So that would be really cool. Especially because, again, we've never seen him before in a Lego set. So I would really like to see him in this series. So for the representation of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I would like to see Ego the Living Planet, who is, of course, Peter's dad and the main villain of the movie. So I would really like to see him again because we've never seen him, and he has an amazing design, so I would very much like to actually get him as a minifigure. And maybe Lego could go with like maybe a similar design to the design for him in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 DLC, or they could just go with something completely different. But it'd be cool if they went with the same hairpiece, as that piece is very accurate. So that would be very cool. And it'd be cool if maybe he came along with some Power Blast or something. So for the representation of Spider-Man Homecoming, I would like to see Spider-Man in his homemade suit. Now, of course, this suit is awesome. We didn't actually get this in any of the sets, so it would be really cool if we got this as a minifigure. We could, of course, have like the hood piece, and it'd be cool if maybe he came along with like the same kind of Power Blast that Spider-Man had in the Homecoming sets. That would be very nice. So yeah, that would be pretty cool. So yeah. Now for the representation of Thor Ragnarok, I would actually really like to see Surtur, who we of course see at the beginning of the movie and at the end of the movie when they summoned him and became giant to destroy Asgard. So yeah. And I would really like to see him. He could, of course, have his, like, cool, like, hat thing. And it'd be cool if maybe he also came with his flaming sword. And maybe even some pieces that kind of, like, represent him, like, shooting fire from his hands. Or maybe even his sword or something like that. Something like that would be really cool. But, yeah, so that's what I think would be very cool. So, yeah. So for the representation of Black Panther, I would like to see M'Baku. And M'Baku is, of course, that character that we see in the movie. He, in the comics, is known as Man-Ape, who is, of course, one of the villains, one of Black Panther's villains. So I would really like to see him because his design in the movie is incredible. I would really love to see him. And it would just be awesome to see him with, like, this furry, like, cape and his like, armor design and everything. It would just look awesome. So I would really, really love to see M'Baku as a character, especially because, again, we haven't seen him before as a minifigure, so it would be really nice. Now for Avengers Infinity War, I chose the Mad Titan himself, Thanos. Now I know what you're thinking, we've already gotten Thanos before, but I just think it'd be really cool if maybe we could just get him again in another form. So yeah, and again, like I said with Igor and the Abomination, it'd be cool if maybe he had like a big design, or they could just go with a minifigure. Either way would be great, and maybe he could come along with like without a helmet and some printing on his chest and everything, and maybe even a newer looking Infinity Gauntlet. If they do make him a minifigure, they could go with the new one. So yeah. And the final character representing the upcoming Ant-Man and the Wasp movie, I would like to see Bill Foster, who in the comics is Black Goliath. And in the most recent trailer, he mentioned that he worked on a project called Goliath with Hank Pym. So I'm guessing that means that maybe he like suited up he got into a suit and grew giant. Now, I'm thinking too much ahead, but it'd be really cool if we do end up seeing a potential suit that he used to grow giant. It'd be cool if we got him in that suit. Again, I'm not sure, but yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. So there you guys have it. Those are all 20 of the characters that I would love to see in a potential Marvel Collectible Minifigure Series. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. And let me know what you think. Do you like these characters? But yeah. So with that in mind, peace out, and I'll see you later.